do, and welcome to the Boss Up All Out podcast, your home for organic debate about Detroit Lions news and rumors. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today, we look at some headlines headed into the Week 6 matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Dallas Cowboys. But do us a quick favor. Like the video, share this video, and comment on the video. All of these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans like yourself. We are on our way to 2,000 subscribers, and we are currently at 1888. So, but now it's time to bring in my co-host for today's show. Man, he is the hardest working man in Jackson, Michigan, man. He'll cut your fade. He'll run your fade. He'll coach your kids. He'll cook you a meal. My man, the Wolverine, who?
Knock you out, cook you a meal, and coach your kids. Coach Mike Jones, what's going on, Lion fans?
Man, and y'all know who it is. Y'all know what I call him, man. He is the ladies' pet, the men's regret. You ain't seen nothing yet. The highest player from the Himalayas, my man, LL Cool Torrance. What's going on, my guy?
Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday.
Man, it is hump day, baby. Let's see what we're going to talk about on today's show. Today, we're going to talk about the Detroit Lions. Oh, I got this wrong. But we're going to talk about some headlines headed into the Lions week 6 matchup on the offense, man. We're going to talk about CD versus CD. And then we're going to talk about some trade candidates linked to the Lions. Skip that first faux pas, man. That's me. I didn't update the slide, but we're going to keep it moving anyway. All right. So we're going to talk about some headlines on the Lions offense, man. So, and a quick injury update. So talk about what's going on with my man, Frank the Tank, and some other things on the offense, my man, LL.
Yes. The indestructible Frank the Tank. And I only just say that part because he actually was allegedly upset that he couldn't play last week. They didn't let him play last week because he wanted to play last week, but he's going to be able to play this week. I don't know the specifics of this pec injury. In my mind, it's one of those, it probably ain't going to get no worse. You're just going to be, in pain if you choose to do it. And, that's why I just call him the indestructible. I think he's all down for that kind of stuff. He'd rather go out there and push you down and, push your face in the dirt than sit at home and rest his arm. So, well wishes to my dog, Frank the Tank. Another injury update, our rookie, what was he, 5th round? Or was he undrafted?
I
don't remember what round he was in. But Christian Mahogany from Boston College is beginning his 21-day process to rejoin the team. Of course, he's just a rookie. We don't really know what he's going to do, but everybody had good things to say, but not nice things. But actually, that's perfect that I said that. Not nice things at all, but good things in an offensive lineman way. They said he's got some, was it skis bag or something? He got some dirt bag in him or something like that. So that's a compliment for offensive line. So, I'm waiting to see what he can do. He's I believe they have him in place to take one of those guys' position in the next few years, whether that be Zeitler or our friend Graham Glasgow. But the game plan, all of that boils down into the game plan for the banged up defensive line having Cowboys. Frank the Tank is back. I know Chris Mahogany won't play in this game, but Frank and his boys will be able to roll up on the Dallas Cowboys and they guys on that defensive line, and it should be business as usual, man. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's keep the game plan simple and on the ground. Less crazy things can happen on the ground, and we know how things go in Dallas. That's another thing. When I was watching you last night, Curt, I heard you say that as well. We all know it is some strange things happen in Dallas. It's like Area 51 for us up here. So yeah, but one way to kind of quail some of those wild things, like I said, just keep the ball on the ground, and ain't too many bad things that can happen that kind of way. So what do you guys think about these updates in that game plan?
Yeah, shout out to Geronimo, man, hanging out with the crew, man. He's part of the Boss Up Ball Out family. My man Geronimo, man. I'm bossing up on this tape, man. For real. You look at this. You gotta look at this thing as far as Frank Ragnow, man. He's proven time and time again he's one tough SOB. Played through the throat fracture. Man, who plays with a fractured throat? I mean, that's crazy. I mean, then he got the foot injury that's never gonna heal. He's gonna take that to the rest of his life. And now he got the partially torn pec that he's going to play through. There's only one word I can just use to describe Frank Ragnow: grit. Because he got it. He's a definition. You look it up in the dictionary, you see grit, you can say a picture of him in his Lions uniform. Happy to see the return of the rookie to the field from battling mononucleosis. You know, I had that when I was younger. That takes a while to heal from that, especially as an adult. I'm not even sure if he's going to play this season. There's a few veterans ahead of him on the depth chart. Let's look at Yodi. Yodi, he ain't gonna come in and replace Yodi because Yodi be doing his thing. Right. But if he comes off the NFI, who does he replace on the active roster? That's my only question with him, man. I mean, I like the kid. He's a 6th-round draft pick. He was the actual last pick of the draft for the Lions. Okay. So, I mean, I like the fact that he's getting healthy. So I like that we're trying to get some guys going to get healthy. Broderick Martin was out there running around at practice the other day on the side with trainers. So we're getting close to getting healthy. So it's going to be some interesting decisions to when they bring some guys back, who's going to be off the roster. And for that Cowboys defensive line, they've allowed 135 rushing yards per game this season. Even when they're healthy, they don't have a great run defense. When they were healthy in week 2, they gave up 190 yards to the Saints on the ground. I mean, that's an easy game plan, my dude. You run the freaking brawl down their throats all damn day long. That's what you got to do with them cats, man. I mean, even if they're healthy, you run right at Micah Parsons. He's not good. He's not a good run defender. He's just not. He's a good pass rusher. And what do you do with a good, aggressive, fast pass rusher? You run the ball straight at him.
Real dog is out. DeMarcus Lawrence is out.
Yeah, he on IR. Yeah. So, and from what Jerry Jones said yesterday on the radio, he did an interview yesterday. He says Micah Parsons is iffy. I know Bland is going to be out. The other standout corner, which he wasn't a standout corner last year because J-Mo torched his behind. But anyway, yeah, I mean, you just run the ball right at them cats, man. But what you got, Coach Jones?
Yeah, man. Frank Ragnow, you the toughest SOB in football, man. And I'm glad you on our team. I'm glad you're bringing that, like you say, that grit, that toughness. That bye week did him justice because, as you said, LL, he was going to play the week before the bye. So I'm glad that he sat out for those 2 weeks, man. And he ready to go, man. I believe as bad as he wants to play, he's ready to go. So shout out to Frank Ragnow, man. That dude is tough. Christian Mahogany, you know what? The jury's still out on him. He's a highly thought about guard. I think if he does sit out or doesn't see any time this year, it's because they're trying to get him caught up to speed. I think if he does see the field, it's because we just didn't see what we wanted to see out of our backup guards. As you said, Coyote is doing his thing right now. He actually did last year in the playoffs too. So, Christian Mahogany playing this year, I don't know, man. He might, but it might be best to develop him and then keep him on the side, man, because our developmental team on this roster is amazing. Like, they get guys ready, and we think, oh, that guy is not a player because he's not playing, and all of a sudden he just pop up like iffy and just start doing stuff. So, I trust our player development, man. And last but not least, I forgot what the last topic was.
Game plan versus Cowboys.
Oh yeah,
game plan versus the Cowboys.
And I don't know why I forgot about that because I had something in my head, man. Like the Black Eyed Peas was in the background. It was like running. And man, I think we're gonna get about 200 yards on the ground, man. Whether that's a 120-80 split or a 100-100 split, something, we're gonna get 200 on the ground. We're gonna get 2 of them things. So yeah, man, I feel that's a boss up take, man, on all of that, man. All of that and then something.
Yeah, for real. Hey, like the video, share the video, comment on the video. If you're new to the channel, man, you haven't watched this yet or before, we look at Detroit Lions news, headlines, or takes. We agree, we say they're bossed up. We disagree, we say they are balled on. We tell you why, give our reasons. We just ain't gonna agree or disagree just for be agreeable or disagreeable. No hot takes here. We give our true thoughts and opinions on what's going on with our favorite team, the Detroit Lions. Now, Coach Jones, you had an interesting topic. Man, you put this in the run sheet. I was like, I like the way you kind of framed it. You said CD versus CD. So let's look at what you got to talk about right here.
Man, so hey, Carlton Davis versus CeeDee Lamb. I mean, that's the matchup. I mean, let's cut all the bullshit, and that's the one. That's the one right there. That's everything. So let's get to it because last year, CeeDee Lamb he was running a Diddy party on Cam Sutton. Man, for real. It was 13 receptions, 227 yards, a touchdown, 17.5 yards per catch. Oh my Lord! Actually, the last four receivers, number ones, went just bananas on Detroit. But CeeDee Lamb, man, he had a game, man, and that's a tough guy to stop because you can move him around. You can move him into the slot. So with that being said, Terrion Arnold is gonna have to stop. It's gonna have to help stop CeeDee Lamb. And I know a lot of people are like keep Terrion Arnold far away from the picture. But you know what, man? Terrion Arnold isn't that bad of a cover guy. He's never. I mean, he probably has, but he's never clearly just been beaten. Like that's not where he lacks or where his problems come. His problems come at the point of attack, where instead of just getting his arms up or instead of like swatting down at the ball, he's trying to, you know what I'm saying? He's trying to get too handsy with the receiver, man. He's trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, stop all of that. You know
the hand fighting.
Yeah,
well, like he's swallowed a fly, bro. You killing me.
Yeah, stop all of that, man. And I think honestly, Terrion Arnold is our best cover guy. I know you probably like what? I think talent wise, Terrion Arnold will develop into our best cover corner. I just think right now he just has to get the hand checking and fighting into place, man. And last but not least, mix up that man coverage and that zone blitz. And what I mean by that is disguise your zone blitzes to look like man coverage, okay? So you could have a guy and look like man coverage and then back that dude off and run him off 12 yards and have Aiden Hutchinson leak into the flats and cover that flat because he's rangy and he's shown the ability to do that. Or you could have a guy, let's say a linebacker, kind of sit on those curl routes. You know, when you think that the inside slot receiver is on that linebacker, it's going to carry that linebacker that way. You had that linebacker sit right there on that hook route and get a pick underneath. You know, just things like that, man, where it looks man at first because we all know that Matt Stafford used to get caught deadly doing them pre-snap reads. You know, he used to see something, oh yeah, that's what it is, and at the snap, they change it up, and then he throw a pick six. So he was notorious for that. Do that to Dallas to Dak Prescott, man. Dak Prescott is not he's a questionable talent at quarterback, man. To say that, man, he's good in spots and then he's horrible in spots. So I think him dissecting coverage is his downfall. So with that being said, man, switch up the man coverages with zone blitzes, make it look man pre-snap, switch to the zone blitz, man, send somebody off the edge, send somebody up the middle, man, and we're going to have a field day with these Cowgirls, man. So what y'all got to say about that?
All right, so I got a little bit of something, a little something to say about this. I'm gonna let LL go first on this one. Go ahead, dude.
I like it, man. This is going to be a very integral matchup. But I like our chances, man. I like our guy. I like CD3 against CeeDee Lamb, man. I don't really like CeeDee Lamb. He's one of them. I believe he's one of them diva wide receivers. Ain't nothing wrong with that, I guess, but I don't really like CeeDee Lamb like that. I don't think he's, the greatest. He gets a lot of opportunities, so he's probably going to get a lot of opportunities because they ain't got nothing else over there in this game. But I do like our chances. Even if you do put up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Let's say maybe like 8 or 9 or 10 catches, 120 some odd yards, maybe only limit them to one touchdown, and it's not being a long touchdown, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But just limit that to where we can, do everything else in the game to win. So, yeah, this is going to be the matchup. we haven't seen that too much. Well, a little bit, but not as much. But I would let Carlton Davis travel with him. Just, that's your man and you got it. And let's see how it go for the rest of the game. But we shall see. I do like our chances. And let's thumbs down for that other CD.
All right. So here's my thoughts on this one. Because, I like I said, it's natural debate, man. And my thing is, for real, looking at this matchup, man, I don't know how much CD was Carlton Davis matches up against CD Lamb. Don't know. What I do see is Amik Robinson matched up against CD Lamb. Why? Because where do they like to line up CD Lamb? In the slot. Who's our slot corner? Amik Robinson. I trust Amik Robinson to cover him in the slot. And I don't think the help really is going to come from Terry Arnold. I think he'll keep his ass far away from CD Lamb because of that. He's handsy. He'll keep his ass away from him. But here's where I think the help may come from with Amik Robinson. You got Brian Branch's back and Kirby Joseph. Now that Branch is healthy, AG can slide coverages with both of those guys to wherever side that CD Lamb is playing. So that's my thing. I'm not on that part. I'm saying is balled on because I'm thinking that's where I'm thinking that help is going to come from. It's going to come from Branch and Kirby, and I think with the Cowboys using him in a slot, I think we're going to see Amik Robinson. I don't think he's going to travel with him because they got some bigger guys on the outside. They may not be more well-known guys because, of course, with Brandon Cooks being out. But I think that they're going to have some guys that are kind of bigger that is going to be where our CD is going to be matched up on the outside. And as far as the zone blitzes, I get you. Yeah, I agree with you. I kind of thought were you going a different way with this, Coach Jones? But I agree with that. You want to mix them up, right? I don't think you want to play them a lot because our zone coverage has been terrible this year. But you want to be able to bring that pressure when you at times because I think we can get home with our base defense. The Dallas offensive line has allowed Dak Prescott to be sacked 7 times this season. So if you can get to him in the front with the front 7 and the base defense, I like it. But I agree with you. You need to bring an occasional blitz from either a linebacker or a safety at times, man, to speed up his clock. Because we all know if you speed up Dak Prescott's clock in that pocket, he gonna throw you one. He definitely gonna throw you one. So yeah, a little bit of ball dome and a little bit of bossed up. It's in the middle.
I tell you, I do think that Kirby Joseph playing over top is going to be the big difference. I kind of left that little crumb out there for y'all to kind of, add on to it. But yeah, Kirby Joseph playing over the top of CD Lamb is going to be crucial. He might have the instruction from AG, just go wherever you see CD at. If you see him in the slot, split the difference between him and the tight end and stay over top of that. So, you never know.
Because you're gonna have in this game, you're gonna have Anzalone matched up with the tight end, and then of course you're gonna have with Barnes being out, you're gonna have Reeves maybe coming in playing some coverage as well. So you're gonna have some good coverage linebackers in there to mess with those tight ends. So the thing is gonna be matching up with those wide receivers, and CD Lamb played a lot of slot, and a lot of his damage he had last year against us was in the slot. So especially that one. I mean, a lot of his yards came on that long touchdown that we should have been a safety in a touchdown. But hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video, man. All these things help us get this Detroit Lion content to more fans just like yourself. Now it's time to talk about what I need to talk about. There's been some trade, a whole bunch of trade rumors. Another one came out yesterday. I'm going to talk about. That's the last one I'm going to talk about. But there's a few, that's been kind of milling around the Lions for, a couple months now. First one being Arizona safety Budda Baker. Now, this was even before the Iffy went down. So this was one of those things where Budda Baker trade has been floated around by multiple sports outlets since July. Now that if he's on the IR, could it be something that they pursue? My issue with this move, it reminds me of, not exactly, but it reminds me of the CJ Gardner-Johnson thing last year, where Baker kind of plays that same role as Brian Branch, where he can play in the back, but he comes around, plays the line of scrimmage. He's great against the run. I can't say nothing about him. He's different than Gardner Johnson in that way. And I hope he ain't getting belt to ass like Gardner Johnson has been getting this year. But my question is, who do you take off the field for Baker to start? Because you ain't gonna bring him in to be rotational player. He's gonna start.
Exactly.
I'm not taking Branch off the field. No, I'm not taking Kirby off the field. So I don't think this is a move that the Lions will make. I just don't. I don't see. I like Buda Baker. He's a phenomenal talent. He's a great safety, but I just don't think it's a move that we need right now. To be honest with you. And then there's Trey Henderson, right? Spent his rookie season in New Orleans with MCDC and AG. He'd be a nice fit for the Lions defense, replacing Davenport opposite Hutch. Contracts runs through the end of 2025. So the Lions wouldn't be tied to him long term. He's not as pricey as a guy like Max Crosby. You probably can spread that out at a dead year to the at the end of his contract. I believe this. He will adding Hendrickson will increase the Lions' odds of making the Super Bowl with what he brings to the team. And the only downside for me is that he turns 30 in December. I mean, he's a little older in the tooth, you know. And you say, well, Curt, Davenport was that age too. Yeah, I get it. But you see what's going on with him right now. One thing I would say about Hendrickson, he is more durable. And with the Bengals starting currently at 1-4, if they lose another game, that soft rebuild may start to happen in Cincinnati by moving on from some of their bigger name veterans. It's just one of those things, man. And then the latest trade that came out from ESPN the other day, ESPN suggested that the Lions trade for former first overall pick Trayvon Walker, who went before Hutch, and he's the reason why we got Hutch in the first place. Walker hasn't had the expected production in his career down there in Jacksonville. We all know that he's, what we have in Detroit and what they have in Jacksonville. As far as those two picks, we definitely got the better of the deal. But this season, where they're 1-4 as well, he's having a sneaky good season. He's got 5 sacks.
I didn't know that.
Got 5 sacks. The proposed trade for Walker from ESPN will be 2 4th-round picks, which is one in 2025 and 2026. And then Walker's still in his rookie deal.
Right.
So the Lions wouldn't have to re-sign him right away. What? And they could use the 5th-year option on him. So if they wanted to keep him around, for me, he's a younger option than Hendrickson, and he has a good upside. Walker could be a player. For me, that's the guy I would choose out of these 3 trade candidates, right? I would pick Walker just because of the fact that he's long, he's big, he can get around the edge, and you're not going to get past him, you know what I'm saying, that pass rush. So I like Walker, and maybe he can, get his Detroit could be the defense that he's needed to play in to thrive in the pros. I mean, that's just me. But of these 3, give me your opinions on each one of these guys, and then tell me which one would you pick for the Lions to trade for. I'm thinking Walker, younger, cheaper, and you can keep him around longer because he's still on that rookie deal. That's just me. But I'm gonna let the defensive coach go last. I'm gonna just LL you up first.
Word. Well, I like Trey Hendrickson. Shout out to my homie Quincy, who's a Ravens fan. I thanked him this past weekend for the Ravens beating the Bengals and getting them 1 win or 1 loss closer to having to trade Trey Hendrickson. So I'm going to go with Trey Hendrickson just because I feel like he's a little bit better of a fit. He is a bit of an injury. He has a little bit of an injury history, not, to the same effect as, some of these other guys out there. But, he's not, nobody's perfect. So, he's got his whatever's going on. But, yeah, he doesn't really cost that much. And we got some cap room and stuff like that. So I think this may be one of the situations they might have wanted to keep some of that around for, other than, letting some roll over to take care of some other people. Some of our homegrown guys. But, yeah, I like Trey Hendrickson. I did not know that there was, something around Trayvon Walker. And I did not know that he had 5 sacks. Of course, all of that, he could come here and figure it out and do this and do that. he will be cheap, but not that cheap. He's the number 1 pick, so that it is still kind of slotted. I don't really know what that means. I don't know how expensive that is. I don't know how cheap he is either. Is the point. And then we get to that 5th-year option. That was going to be like a real, contract year. If I'm, just seeing how it played out with other positions. So I don't really know. I'm not against it though. Let me say that part as well. I'm not against it, but I don't know. And the only 2 fours, I know Mike didn't really like 2 fours. Ain't a lot. I would give up, 2 fours for Trayvon Walker, but I would want for that to be like, yeah, he coming here to be good, like not coming here to, hope that he's gonna be good and figure some stuff out.
Oh, well, you don't never trade for a guy that think he's gonna be bad.
I mean, right, but I mean, it's just like, oh, we gonna trade for him to develop him. Nah, we need him to come.
Yeah, I got what you're saying. Yeah. All right, my defensive coach, man, what you got, brother?
I'm gonna say balled on Budda Baker, and it's not because I don't like Budda Baker as a talent. I think he's very talented. Just because the chemistry with Branch and Joseph won't happen if Budda Baker's on the field. So I said that's balled on with Budda Baker, man. I like your talent though. Trey Hendrickson, I think he's the most likely of these 3 to get to come to Detroit. I think just because he's cheaper. He might be a little longer in the tooth at 30 years old, but that, I believe that he's still a playmaker, man. He's still a force on that edge, man. And I think he kind of fits in that Davenport mold because he's one of those bigger DNs. So yeah, man. I think Trey Henderson. I like that, man. That's the move that I'm making if I'm Brad. And last but not least, Trayvon Walker. I just don't like him because he went before Hutch. That's it. That's it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm hating because he went before Hutch. Now, I will say that if he does want to come to Detroit in a long shot, there's 2 things that about that. One thing is good, one thing is bad. The one thing that's good is we have some of the best coaching and development here. So if he was the number 1 pick and they seen something in him, our coaching staff is gonna bring it out of him. So we might have 2 bookends on the ends, the top 2 picks from that draft on our team. You know what I'm saying? That's a good thing. The bad thing about that is, man, that rookie contract gets a little bit hefty in that 4th and 5th year, man. That's when the bulk of the money, gets paid out, man. And I really don't know if we're trying to pay that because we got all these guys that we got to re-sign. So that's the only reason why I say that's balled on as well. I know that's not your topics, Curt. That's just what you're hearing out on the streets. But I'm just saying, man, I just think that, yeah, man, Hendrickson is probably the one that I say that's bossed up, and the other 2 is balled on, man. Because I just don't like Trayvon, man. You went before Hutch. I don't like it.
But if he didn't, we won't have Hutch.
We talked about the size, right? Well, guess who's bigger? Trayvon Walker, 6'5", 272. Hendrickson, 6'4", 270. It's about a little bit taller, a little bit, probably a pancake weight, you know what I'm saying? Good Belgian waffle as far as the weight is concerned. But I mean, we agree to disagree. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. I take Walker because he's younger. You know what I'm saying? And I understand the contract implications, but you're going to pay more for Hendrickson right now than you are going to pay for Walker. I'm just saying. But hey, like the video, share the video, and comment on the video. All these things help us get this content to more Detroit Lions fans just like yourself. Thank you for starting your workday out with us right here on the Boss Up Ball Out podcast. Hey, make sure you go check me out over on Lions Lazy Unite, man. Some great content over there. Once that channel kind of gets to rolling and some shows are going to start flowing through, we're going to have the whole crew on there doing our thing, man. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to make it so. So, y'all know.
I'm going to keep my shirt on, Herman. I promise.
Yeah, he going to keep his shirt on, man. I hope so. Just for our sake. Anyway, happy update, man. Hey, do us a quick favor. Make sure you follow us on your favorite social media platforms, man. Coach Mike Jones does a great job over there on his YouTube channel, man. Wolverine Sports Talk, man. His shorts are great, man. Go check them out, man. Y'all know that YouTube Shorts thing is changing on the 15th. We're going to 3-minute videos coming up on the YouTube Shorts, so go check it out. Of course, I have post all the content from this channel on all of my social media platforms as well. And you know how it gets down. It's Wednesday, so you know what tomorrow is. It's Thursday, baby, over there on LL's Instagram, man. So you know it's gonna be popping over there on this Instagram channel on a Thursday. All right, now it's time for parting shots on this hump day, man. Coach Jones, what you got, my man?
Yeah, man. So it's a big game for us this week. Last week we went to Royal Oak and we stomped all over the Berkeley Bears 35-12. And this week we have Palmer Western. And it's funny that it's Palmer Western now. It's not Jackson Western, because for the longest that school was called Jackson Western. Now all of a sudden they get a little bit of success on the football field. Now they Palmer Western all of a sudden. I don't know what the hell that's about. But that's our rivals. And we got a home game against them. And if we want to go back on the playoff track, because we're actually sitting at 39 right now, and the top 32 teams make the playoffs, we got to stump a mud hole in Parma, who last year was actually ranked number 3 in Division 3. But this year they've had a little bit of a fall off, and that rivalry is real. Northwest, Western, Jackson Western. Y'all not Palmer Western, y'all Jackson Western. Keep it real, man. Yeah, we're gonna see what it is, man. Friday night it should be some slow singing and flower breaking when the hitting going on, man. So shout out to the boys, man. We're gonna do our thing.
So they got to act brand new and change their name. All right, what you got?
Well, happy Wednesday. Thoughts and prayers and well wishes out to everybody being affected by that hurricane, man. I got a lot of family down there, so we waiting, to hear some positive stuff from anybody. But just keep everybody in your thoughts and prayers, and let's hope that that this isn't as bad as what they were saying it was gonna be. I thought it was a joke. I seen somebody saying that the weatherman was crying on TV. I was like, that's a good joke. Like, oh man, that's a good hurricane joke. But then I saw that it was not a joke. So let's just hope that everybody's all right, and everybody enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. It's breakfast time, so hopefully you got your breakfast burrito and put you some of that hot sauce on that thing, preferably Louisiana hot sauce.
Put some hot sauce on my burrito, baby.
We do Franks in my house. Anyways, man, hey, on this hump day, man,
I like Franks too.
Like LL said, man, if you're in that hurricane eye, man, that's gonna hit later tonight or early tomorrow morning, man, and you can get out, man, please do, man. If you can't get out, man, please be safe, hunker down, man, and just be as safe as you can, man. Our thoughts and prayers are still out to the people who are affected by Helene, that's still in North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Tennessee, and then the individuals in Florida, man. Just really my thoughts and prayers are out to you all, man, as well, man, because some of you guys are still recovering from the first one, and now you got a second one rolling through. So with that being said, man, hey, thank you for starting your day off right here on the Boss Up All Out podcast, man. Quick announcement: the show that I produce, the Chasing Your Dreams podcast, mental health podcast, the host of that show is a former football player. He played at Fayetteville State here in North Carolina, and he's a high school football coach. And he's a Dallas Cowboys fan. So he's going to be on the show on Friday, the live show on Friday. We're going to do a Hanging with the Ops live show with him on Friday. So we're going to be hanging with the Ops. Yeah, the Ops, man. That's the Ops right there. But come hang out with us, man. Half an hour show. We're going to be talking Cowboys and Lions. And then, may sneak in a quick little snippet, man, for you individuals, anything you need some. So quick update on some mental health stuff, man. He's a great dude, man. Good host of his show, man. His platform is doing well. So make sure you tune in Friday live at 8:00 for that show, man. Hey, do your man Curt still a favor, man. Whatever you're doing, like you guys to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my man, Coach Mike Jones and LL Cool Torrance, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon.